Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, welcome to the auction of Unit 1, number 27 Bedford Street in central Box Hill. For those of you who don't know me, Chen is my name, also the listing agent alongside Chen, who has been working tirelessly throughout the entire campaign. We also have my colleagues here today, Graney, Stephen, Demi, here to assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale of the beautiful family home behind us. To the neighbours in the crowd, thank you for coming and for making this part of Box Hill one of the best places to live in Melbourne. To the bidders in the crowd and also the bidders online who we have registered, welcome to the auction. I wish you all the best in the auction procedure. And to the one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. And also to those people who are watching the auction from the comfort of the home, welcome and wish and enjoy the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the settlement period, owners are looking for anywhere in the vicinity of 60 to 90 days unless prior arrangements have been made before you. 10% deposit upon successful purchase of this property. In terms of vendor bids, ladies and gentlemen, I have the right to put vendor bids. Even when I do so, I'll just say vendor bid. And it's in your interest to bid against the highest vendor bid, otherwise we'll get to negotiate with multiple parties afterwards. Behind us, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful new home here in central Box Hill. Huge house, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double garage, and you also got study as well, multiple living zones, whether it's upstairs, downstairs. You've got master bedrooms, upstairs and downstairs as well. All the finest fixtures and fittings. New home. It's a house over 500 square metres of land, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of room for a growing family. You can see in the front yard, it's all secured and lock up and let your kids play out the front. Or even if they play on Bedford Street, look at how quiet this street is. Plenty of room in the backyard as well for a growing family. So if you live in this house, you will never need to move again. And in terms of location, ladies and gentlemen, it's second to none in Box Hill. Public transport, your swallow for choice, so you never need to drive a car again. Buses on Canterbury Road, Albion Road, also on Barclay Street, just the street behind us. You've also got trains, trams in central Box Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Schooling, which is why so many of you are here today. Box Hill High School Zone, one of the best government government high schools in Melbourne, ladies and gentlemen, in Victoria. Primary school, you've got Lavernon Primary School, which is highly ranked as well. Just let the car pass here. In terms of Catholic schools, ladies and gentlemen, St. Francis Primary, Our Lady of Sion, so your sport for choice. Private schools, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Kingswood, PLC within close proximity, and tertiary education, Deakin University, and you also got the Box Hill Institute TAFE around the corner. Box Hill Central, Box Hill Hospital. What more could you need in this location, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to kick it over to you now. Ball's in your court. Who would like to get this auction started with an opening bid, opening offer for Unit 1, 27 Bedford Street in central Box Hill? I'm in your hands. Plenty of buyers here today. We're here to help you buy. Just make it known to one of the agents here today. 1.42. Welcome to the bidding here, sir, at $1,420,000. And I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure here today at $1,420,000 now. At $1,420,000 across the road, standing next to Graney. At $1,420,000. Can I see any bids online? As I said before, a couple of you registered at $1,420,000. Any bids here on the right-hand side at $1,420,000. Looks like most of the people on the left-hand side here today at $1,420,000. At $1,420,000 now, standing next to Graney. Gentleman's holding the highest bid. Is loving life at the moment. At $1,420,000 now. He could be the lucky purchaser if no one competes with him here today. At $1,420,000, and who knows how long it'll take for you to find another prime real estate like this in central Box Hill, ready for you to move in. You don't have to lift a finger, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of property that they say turnkey property. Move in, don't need to worry about a thing. You want to go through the building process, ladies and gentlemen. Why bother when it's going to take you 2 years, and who knows, the cost can go up and up every month. move in straight away for this brand new home, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,420,000 now. At 1,420 now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call it 3 times. So I'm showing, you're showing. Here we are. Here we go now, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,420,000 now. First call now at 1,420. Second call now at $1,420,000 for the third and final call. Sorry.
1.44.
144. Thank you, sir. $1,444,000. $1,440,000 now on my right hand side at 1,440 now. And back against you, Granny, across the road. What do you say now? At 1,440 now. There's a 2-man horse race here at the moment at 1,440. At $1,440,000 now. At 1,440 now, ladies and gentlemen. At 1.45 now. 1.45 back in front at 1,450. At $1,450,000 now, back against you, sir. Can I see another $20,000 increment at 1,450 now on my left? At 1,450 now on my left-hand side. At 1,450 now. At 1,450, can I see a 1,46 or more? At $1,450,000 now. Another 20, thank you, Demi. At 1,470 now. At 1,47 now on my right-hand side at 1.47. At $1,470,000 now on my right-hand side. At $1,470,000 here on my right. At 1,470. At 1,470 now. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, ladies and gentlemen. 80 now, 1,480. At 1,480 now, back against you, sir. Can I see a 1.5? 1.5, thank you, sir. At $1,500,000 now. At 1.5 now. At 1.5 now. At $1.5 million. Perfect for a growing family. You can have 2, 3 kids, 4 kids, however you want. You can have the parents downstairs, you live upstairs. It's perfect for multi-generational living, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,500,000 now. At 1.5 now on my right-hand side. At 1.5. Just surrounded by parklands and greenery, ladies and gentlemen. Another 10, 1,510. 1,510 back against you, sir. Another 10, 1,520 now. 1,520, Granny, what do you say now? At 1,520. 30, thank you, sir. At 1,530 now. At 1,530. Sparks Reserve just around the corner. Another 10, 1,540. 1,540, Granny, what do you say? Sorry. 5,5. 50. At 1,550 now. At 1,550 now. 60 now, say, sir. At 1,550. Another 10, thank you, sir. At 1,560 now. At $1,560,000. At 1,560 now. At 1,560, Granny, what do you say now? At 1,560 now. At 1,560, holding the bid, holding the keys to unit 127, Bedford Street in Central Box Hill now. 1,580 at 1,580. 70, sorry, 1,570. Correct me if I'm wrong. 1.6, bang. At 1.6, that could be the knockout bid that we're looking for. At $1.6 million now on my right-hand side. At $1,600,000 now on my right-hand side. Grady, what do you say now? At 1.6, can I see anything from online bidders here now? At 1.6, looks like you're just spectating here today. At $1.6 million on my right-hand side now. At $1,600,000 now on my right. At 1.6, looks like you could be the lucky purchaser of Bedford Street here today at $1,600,000. At $1,600,000, gentlemen knows the value here behind us at $1,600,000. At $1,600,000 now. At 1.6, can I see anything on my left-hand side, Stephen? At 1.6, Granny, anything in the back? At 1.6, you've been with me since the beginning, sir. Hate for you to miss out now. At $1,600,000 now. At 1.6. At $1.6 million now, am I right? At 1.6 now, ladies and gentlemen. In or you out now? Gotta let me know now. At 1,600,000. Can I see another 10, sir, to get you back in front? Another 10. At 1,600,000. Another 5, sir. 10. Get you back in front. Hate for you to miss out now. At $1,600,000 now. First call now at 1.6. Second opportunity now at $1,600,000. For the third and final call now at $1,600,000. All done, all finished and silent here now at $1,600,000. Can I see you back in front, sir? Another 5 or 10 to get you back in front here now. At $1,600,000 now on my right hand side. At 1.6 now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? At 1.6 now, gentlemen, loving life at the moment. At $1,600,000 now, am I right? At 1.6 now, on my right hand side. Stephen, can I see anything on my left? At $1,600,000 now. Gentlemen in the box seat here. Get ready to celebrate. Get ready to miss out now on the bidders. At $1,600,000 now, on my right hand side now. At $1,600,000. What do you say, folks? At $1,600,000 now. At 1.6 now, gentlemen here seeking instructions on the phone. I'll give you that ample time and opportunity to seek some instructions from your partners. At $1,600,000 now on my right hand side. No further interest from the crowd here. At $1,600,000 now. At 1.6 now. First score now at 1.6. Second opportunity now at $1,600,000. For the third and final call now at $1,600,000. All done. All finished and silent here at $1,600,000. In or out now, gonna let me know now at $1,600,000 now on my right hand side. At $1,600,000 now staying next to Demi. Need to know now, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,600,000 now on my right hand side now. At 1.6, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick break and seek further instructions from our vendors. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've sought further instructions from our vendors. They're looking to sell here. We're on the market and selling, ladies and gentlemen, playing for keeps for no further bidding here today at $1,600,000 now on my left hand side at 1,601. At 1,600,000, another 10, 1,611 at 1,611 on my right hand side. At 1,612 at 1,612 now back against you, Demi, at 1,612 now. At 1.612 at 1 million.
Another 6,000.
Another 6,000. 168. 1618 now on the right hand side at 1618 at $1,618,000 now on the right hand side. No further interest from the crowd here. We will be starting waiting the lucky purchase here.
19.
Sorry.
Not 1619.
19, thank you, Stephen, at 1619. At 1619 on my left hand side at 1619 at $1,619,000 now. At 1619 at
1,628,000.
1,628 now, good bidding here now at 1,628, a $9,000 increment at 1,628,000, 1,629 at 1,629 at 1,629 now, holding the bid here on my left hand side at 1,629.
Another one.
Another one, 1,630 now at 1,630. Anything here on the left hand side? 131. Anything from our online bidders as well, Stephen? At 1,631 at $1,631,000 now on my right hand side, or my left hand side at 1,631 at $1,631,000 now at 1,631.
Another one.
At 1,632 at $1,632,000 now at 1,632 at 1,633 at 1,633 now on my left hand side at 1,633 at 1,633 now at $1,633,000. Another one, 1,634 at $1,635. Thank you, Stephen. At 1,635 at $1,635,000. My suggestion would be to put in a knockout officer. The ones don't seem to be working now. At 1,635 at $1,635,000 now on my left. At 1,635 at $1,635. Let's try 1,650, sir. At 1,635. At $1,635,000 at 1,635 now. At $1,635,000 at 1,635 now. Holding the bid, holding the keys. I'm going to call it 3 times and sell, sir. At $1,635,000. First call now at 1,635. Second call now at $1,635,000 for the third. Final call now 1 million.
Another 10.
Another 10, 1645. At 1645, Stephen, what do you say now? 1,000, 1646. At 1646 now, sir, should have went 50. I think 50 could do it. At 1646 now on the left-hand side. At $1,646,000 now. At 1646.
165.
165 on the right-hand side. Got there in the end. At 1650 now. Back against you, ma'am. At 1650, a $4,000 increment here on the right-hand side. At $1,650,000 now. 1650 now, ladies and gentlemen. At 1650 on the right. At 1650 now. At $1,650,000. At 1650 now on the right hand side. Anything here on my left hand side? Need to know now, ma'am. You want to try another one? On the phone. I was sure you're going to keep going forever. At $1,650,000 now on the right hand side. Back against you, ma'am. No need to think about it. $1,000 doesn't get you much in the current climate with inflation going through the roof. The sooner you purchase, ladies and gentlemen, the sooner your equity is going to expand. Building materials, building costs are going up month on month, ladies and gentlemen. Why take out a building contract with any builder for that matter? They could go bankrupt in the next couple months. And here, you've got a house ready for you to move in. 60, 90 days, ladies and gentlemen, or longer if you want. At $1,650,000 now on the right-hand side. No further interest from the crowd. We'll be selling away to a lucky purchaser here today. And what a buy they have here today. A beautiful family home in central Buxton. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, multiple living zones, and a study area as well. Perfect for working from home, Zoom meetings. Ladies and gentlemen, at $1,650,000 now. First score now, 1,650. Second call now, at $1,650,000. Third, final call now, at 1,650. Matt just needed throw in a $1,000 bid, so you're still in the race. Otherwise, we're going to have to sell away now at 1,650. Just throw in a 1 at 1,650 now. At $1,650,000 now. At 1,650. Need to know. Late stages of the auction now. On the market and selling, ladies and gentlemen. No doubts about that. Sold sticker will be slapped onto the board here today. The rest of you will be walking away with your hands in your pocket, wondering why you didn't bid for 27 Bedford Street in Central Box Hill at $1,650,000. Not going to find a property like another one. Thank you, Stephen. 1,651 at $1,651,000, sir. Let's try 1,660 or a knockout offer at 1,651 at $1,600,000. At 1,651. You saw how long it took for them to get the bid out here. They're definitely stretching the limits. Any bids here could purchase the property. Another one, 1,652. At 1,652, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss out on $1,000 bid. With fuel costs going through the roof, ladies and gentlemen, a tank of petrol is going to be about $1,000 anyway. At $1,652,000, you really want to be driving around to multiple open for inspections across Melbourne, where you can just secure the property of your dreams and move in straight away now at 1,651. At $1,652. Correct me. Thank you, Jim, for the correction. At 1,652 now. At $1,652,000. Stephen, anything here on my left-hand side at 1,652. Everyone's stretching the limits here now. I don't know who's going to buy it at 1,652. All I can say is whoever does miss out on this property will be regretting it for a while. At $1,652,000. My life motto, ladies and gentlemen, live with no regrets. At $1,652,000 now on my right-hand side. At 1,652. At 1,652 now. At $1,652,000. Do I have your permission to sell, ma'am? You ready to forego this opportunity today? At $1,652,000 now. First call now at 1,652. Second call now at $1,652,000. For the third Final call now at $1,652,000. In or you out now? Gonna let me know now at $1,652,000. Thank you. Thank you for your participation, ma'am. Hopefully we'll find you another property, but it won't be Unit 127 Bedford Street in Box Hill. About $1,652,000. Get ready to celebrate, sir. Get ready to miss out on the bidders here in the crowd. At $1,652,000. First, second, third and final call now at $1,652 on behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate. Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property, and we look forward to talking to you after the auction. We're at $1,652,000. This property is selling. This property is selling. This property is sold. Congratulations. Welcome to the neighbourhood. Commiserations to our underbidders. Congratulations to our vendors. Thank you for attending another Buxton Box Hill auction. Thank you.